All right, guys. So, little update on what's going on with Old Blue. Popped the rear end out, as you can see, and I'm going to show y'all a little bit of see how you can tell this it's the exact same rear end as what I got right here. Only difference is this is different. The ring gear is a little bit different, and then I think I don't want to tell you wrong, but I think these are different. But anyways, it's geared different. Like I said in another video, this is wherever the plate is. It says it, or there's a tag on it. I think there's a tag on it that I've got somewhere where it says it. Yeah, these are 355s. See right there, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's a little hard to tell, but 355s in here, and then that was like a 1.78 or 76. Actually, I'm wrong. That one does say 335, but I know that that's not the same. Right there, up here. That's what I was saying. 1828. It looks to believe. So I don't know really what that is, unless that's just the same type of ring gear, just different main gear. But yeah, this is her. As you can tell, it's a little bit different. I don't really understand that because I think this is a newer axle, which I guess that makes sense. This is a newer axle, so it's got, which I'll probably end up upgrading the brake line cables and stuff. But anyways, brake line, I'm gonna have to steal off this thing. Got brand new drums. I got brand new internals, but I'm gonna have to steal these bolts right here. All the way around, just because the ones I have, like right here, I have one good one, and I need 3. I think over here I have, same thing over here. I have one good one, and I need 3 because, like as you seen in another video, I had to cut them off, and I've looked and looked to try to find some of these, and I cannot find any. Obviously, I can find some that will fit in our actual bolts, but I can't find any that have the I guess the little grooves in it, just like studs do. So I'm probably just gonna rob these, not to mention I have this axle, so if I can rob them and kind of save money, budget build stuff, right? Y'all understand? So that's what we're gonna get into right now. I actually did mess up, and as y'all can see, I put these axles in like a dummy, and completely forgot to put the backing plates back on. So yeah, there's that. So that's really cool, ain't it? So that's what we're gonna mess with right now, is we're gonna take these axles off, back out, and get to having a good time. As y'all probably saw in another video, this is the same thing, just where I'm taking the axles out. You gotta take this all the way out. Well, maybe not. Okay. Well, that's not the way I wanted you to come out, but whatever. So the way an axle works, just to give y'all a little, anybody's curious, like I said, this channel is all about just kind of messing with stuff and learn how things work. So show you how this works. So the way an axle works, what's up here? You got a drive shaft, right? You got the drive shaft right here. So you're gonna spin your drive shaft, which is in turn going to spin this where you have your yokes are at. And my drive shaft is, well, I'm gonna be honest now, I'm sitting there thinking, I can't remember if it's outside or if it's in here, and I just strapped it up. It's somewhere. Anyways, you have your I'm drawing a blank right now, but you have your heims, or whatever you want to call them, right here that will turn. And as you can see in here, as they are turning, what's turning in there? There's a main gear way in the back that spins, which turns this. It grabs these teeth and turns this, and then let's see here. Now you get a better look. See, way in the back there, it's turning to grab these teeth that spin, and as they spin, this grabs a gear that's inside there that will spin this one. So this axle, as you can see, if that makes sense to y'all, then let's see here. I gotta be careful because I don't want to lose that stupid dowel pin thing, but as you see, both axles move. I'm just wiggling it back and forth one way. And the reason for is because I don't have a posi. So instead, whoa, see right there, that darn thing's about to move out of the way. I need to quit messing so much. Okay, we ain't gonna turn it no more because I don't want to get that thing, because it's free now, so it can fly out. But anyways, that's kind of how a drive shaft works. It's literally just a bunch of gears that send it to your axles. Then your axles will send it to your tires, and so on and so forth. There's tons of different types of axles and different ways that they work, but this is a pretty basic, how most of them work. So let's take these darn things out. So like I did in the other video, you gotta tap it in from the outside. That allows you to get this itty bitty pin out, or not pin. Let's do it the easy way. Get a magnet. See, grab. Well. And then now the axle will just slide right out. But you always want to kind of lift up on it, because you don't want to put a lot of pressure. I'm glad I did that, honestly, because doing this is getting out all this gunk and stuff that's in there, taking it back out. I'm gonna obviously change the fluid after around the truck for just a little bit, just because Lord knows what's been in there. And then let's see here, get the other side. See what I mean? Just give it a little tap, pushes it in, and then I'm gonna, well, I don't want to do that actually. I tell y'all to put on gloves, and I'm over here not using gloves. Ain't that funny? Oh, there you are. Got it. All right. Now come over and get the other axle. And the only reason why I haven't cleaned these backing plates up too much, like it being off of the axle, is because okay, let's see what's going on. Don't want to come out as easy as it should. But the only reason I hadn't took the backing plates off is I don't know why that's not wanting to come off easy. Might have just a little bit of gunk kind of built up in the splines. Could be it. That's it. I could feel the gunk coming out. That's why I said I've got to run this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Disgusting in there. Yeah, I haven't, the backing plates, I need to clean them up on the inside and outside, but my main thing was like, I don't really need to yet, just because I can leave it and once I get it on, I can clean it up very well. I know I'm gonna have some subscribers and stuff gonna be sad, but I will let y'all know, Big Bertha, the dump truck, is gone. Sorry, I'm not a rich man, and I've got some things going on. About to be another little garage kiddo around here, so you know, I'm kind of like, hey, we gotta get rid of some stuff. We want to finish up Old Blue. We gotta focus on what we want, and it was more of a toy. I can make money with it, but I just don't have time for it, and I enjoy making fun of myself and talk to you people. So here we are. But yeah, anyways, so Big Bertha is gone. I know it's a sad day, but she's gone for a good reason. She went to a good home. It's actually pretty funny. He might end up watching this video, but he reminded me of myself. He was buying it to start a junk removal business, and I literally used to own one. Knock some of that junk loose. That's what he's buying it for, and I felt really bad. He got a good deal, honestly. He got a really good deal. I mean, when I sell things, I usually try to be pretty straight up. But he basically paid pretty close to what I gave for it. I mean, I made a little bit of money, like a couple $100, but yeah. Yep. So I'll see if I can show y'all what I'm doing here. So imagine there's a little roller in there with a little bit of teeth. So there's a little hole right here. I'm sticking a screwdriver and I'm prying on it, and it's just spinning that roller. And that roller is what has two cylinders on each end, is what pushes on your shoes, and that's what expands them against the drums. And so right now while I'm undoing that roller, they're going in right here, so the shoes are not up against the drum is tight. That's just, I don't know, most people already might know that, but some people don't. I mean, I didn't know that until I found out that. And I mean, sometimes you're not going to be able to get these all the way to they're going to be really loose, but you're going to be able to get them like that, where you can kind of yank them off by hand. So let's go to this side. Up. Okay, so now they're off. All right, so I had this truck, the shoes on it are not bad, honestly. So now, same exact step as I took a little bit ago, except for now my hands look like, chew. They do not smell appetizing, that's for sure. Chew, they stink, to be honest with you. Let's see, let y'all get a little bit in. You see I broke a couple U-bolts trying to get this axle off, but all for fun, all for fun. We do it for fun. So again, I'm gonna move that in just so I can get, okay, well, I do not even see that pin. So it must have just fell straight down. Which ain't that big a deal. Yep, so did his brother. So that's not that big a deal, because these axles, I honestly, ooh, I just thought about something.
I'm glad that had been actually, because now I'm looking at it. If I wouldn't, we'd be leaking. We're gonna leak fluid everywhere because they're on jack stands, they're not gonna. All right, let's see here. I'm about to say it should slide right out. All right, another axle, here we are. We're gonna put you right there, and I could just, chat, should I just straight up swap axles? Because these look honestly better. They haven't been pitted or nothing like that like these other ones have. I don't know. I don't know to be the best step here. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about it. They look a lot better. Before I think about it too much, how about we compare them? Huh? How about we do that? Now these do have 2 new studs in them, but I mean, they look identical. I mean, there's really no like extremely big point in swapping, but they look, I mean, the base looks exactly the same levelness. Let's see let's get science, you know? Let's science this thing up. Maybe we won't science it up because we ain't got our science stuff. All right, now. Where's my micrometer? Oh, micrometer. There it is. No, that's not a micrometer, but we can use it. I'm not doing that. It's going to take forever. Here it is. I knew I had one. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. $30. Okay. $30. It's the same diameter at the base. $75. Same diameter there too. So, I mean, I do think it is the same exact axle. I don't really know what to do there. I don't know if it'd be best to roll with it. Either way, that's not an option I'm going to think about now because that will be in the future. Sorry. Okay, so we're just gonna let that. Let's let it marinate in old. You know what I mean? Let's let it kind of in old brainage because I just don't know. To be quite honest with y'all, because I don't think that. I'll be honest. I think this is a better axle just because it's not got, you know. It still has the black, like, it's almost like paint, I guess, from factory. Yeah, I think this might be the better deal. Let's lay him over and see if there's any difference with like the. Okay, so that could be a thing. Let me bring y'all in here to see all this. You see this? That means that there was a good seal here. Like the seals on this thing are good, which makes sense because it never did leak. So that makes sense. And this one leaked really bad.
You see there's no line here, which, I mean, I did clean this thing, but like there's none. And I don't remember even seeing a line like this. So that means this was a good seal. So I do believe I will measure the bases again to make sure that they're exactly the same. I do believe I'm going to end up using the ones that come out of there just because, you know, why not? No, actually, that's a lie. I'm not. Never mind. And I'll tell you why. Because some of these studs are stripped. So I'll tell you what I'll do. If I do end up doing it, makes me wish I would have never put these new studs in. I'll bang out these new studs that I got right here that I have already put in. These new studs. I'll bang them out and put them in there. But let's move on to what he's doing. I know. I get sidetracked. Leave me alone. Ow, there went my hip. I don't know if y'all heard that. So, what we're gonna do, let's take these out. So we're not gonna do it tonight just because well, to be quite honest with you, I've got to copy this onto that axle and I want to be able to see all this. So I'm just gonna knock these off, bang these out, and we're gonna call it a night. It's getting late, kind of tired. But y'all got a good little update of what's going on with Old Blue. Let's see if I'll get y'all a little, see how clean this thing is underneath, because I know I've never taken y'all underneath to be able to tell. But yeah, she's pretty clean. A little bit of surface rust, stuff like that. And you see like my little catch pan over there, catching all that brake fluid, because that stuff ain't cheap. I'm just kidding, we're throwing it away. I just put new shocks on the back here, so they'll probably stay there. But if anything, I do believe I'm gonna be adding a airbag. We're gonna probably in this area, maybe utilizing where the bump stop is, maybe mounting in this area right here. But that's for the future. For now, we're just trying to get the axle underneath it. And okay, yeah, the drive shaft is gone. Maybe I gave the drive shaft when I sold the motor because I know I couldn't use it. That makes sense. All right, guys, back in the garage. Gonna, as you can see, it's a little smoky in here. Got the wood stove. I hadn't showed y'all this. Well, she's about to burn out. But fabbed this up. I know it's real nice, ain't it? You like that? Got this from a buddy for nothing. He just has had it for a long time, and I just kind of was like, hey, if you ain't using it, I'll use it. And he said I could use it until he needed it, or we decided to, yeah, she's about to go out. Burning a little bit of, what is this actually? Holly. They grow like crazy in this area. And got a bunch of it I can get, so real close and easy. So gonna burn some of this out. Get this real nice and charred. I've learned this thing does really good once it's gotten real good and warm and you got a bunch of coals and stuff. So we're trying to, and we're still new. I mean, I've never oh, that's why it's not working. You got this thing working as a flap against me. Okay. All right, so now let's try it again. Like I said, pretty new to the whole wood stove life. I do admit, I do like it. I like playing with fire. I think we all do. But I'm still new to it. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trial by error. Ain't that the Deep Impact Garage lifestyle? But yeah, so that's it. Pretty simple. Bought this at, you know, the tractor place. Had to do a little customization on my wood or on my window, but yeah, just got a piece of metal running through there. Pipe going out, as you can see, just got a little top. Pretty simple, just nothing crazy. Didn't want to mess it up. These windows were plexiglass, so it wasn't that big a deal. If I decide not to have any more, no biggie. But yeah, so we got that, but it does create a lot of smoke in the garage. But I think that's good. Old timers used to inhale it, so, and I mean, there's plenty of them around. Don't we all know? So no big deal, but I do have my little propane heater. It kind of gets it, knocks the chill off while that thing's heating up. You know, you can't run it. I would run that all the time, but propane is not cheap. So anyways, let's get back to where we got off last video. Yeah.
let's knock these off. Let's get my favorite tool in the garage, the one that we're gonna name the channel after, the Impact, and knock these bad boys off. It'd probably help if I had the right size. I don't know when I'm gonna release this video, but I hope y'all are staying warm. This North Carolina weather is crazy. It goes, oh, that's right. You can't get a, that's right. Now I remember. You can't get a socket in there very easily. So let's just see if any of these will work. Well, actually, that one may work. These are pretty small. And this is why when it comes to buying tools, buying good tools matter, because different clearances and stuff like that, and in things like this where your clearance on how thick your impact socket is matter. This may not work. I might have to get a regular socket, but we're gonna give it the old try. Okay, that worked. Sweet. Sweet. All right, guys, so they're all off. Right here they are. Oh, I've got the blue Loctite. I love it. I don't really know if I'm going to try to do some type of electrolysis on them, or if just they're really not horrible. So I might just do a little bit of sanding on them all. Even the bolts don't have a lot of gunk on them. I mean, you can see they're pretty clean. So I might just do a little light sanding on them. Threads look clean as can be, so besides the blue Loctite, but we're going to leave it. Now, what I've been looking at since taking this off is the backing plate. I'm kind of thinking about robbing the backing plates as well off of it. I'm already this far, and there's some pitting on the inside of these, and it won't take much. Literally just gotta pop the brakes off to do that. So I think I am gonna rob them. If we're gonna do this, might as well do it right. So if anybody doesn't have one of these, I highly suggest getting a set of brake line and fuel line wrenches. As you see, they come around a little bit more, so you just got enough room for the brake line to come in here, and they will save you so much headache on taking brake lines and stuff like that off, because as you can see, let y'all see in here, see it comes over the line, and then see how it grips really easily, and you're not going to slip off. It's not going to strip it out or nothing like that, especially if you're using the right size. But yeah, I suggest anybody who's going to get into working on stuff like this to get you a set of these. Got to be careful though not to mess with the brakes too much, because I don't want a set of them to pop off in my face. Could go ahead and take these brakes off, but I was gonna try to just leave them on until I get the whole system off and then do it. But yeah, these you can pick them up pretty cheap. These are Craftsman's. About any brand makes their own, but I just happen to have a set of Craftsman's. But don't buy. This is one of the things you're gonna buy once, cry once, and you'll never have to buy another set, because they're not something you're gonna use often. So I would suggest buying a decent set. When it comes to most tools, we've all been there. You buy something decent, and then over time you buy something better, and you buy something better, and you buy something better. But this is one of them things that you're going to want to just buy a good one, because you're not going to use it. Now, I will agree, when it comes to power tools, most people, including me, I bought junk. Use it to see what you're going to use the most, because no matter what people think, well, I'll just buy once, cry once. You're gonna wind up getting into a lot of stuff, and you don't want to pay up for the first time and then you use that certain drill 10 times. You're going to want to go easy with it. But try to save that brake line. I think we're going to reuse it. So I'll save y'all the trouble, and I will go do the other side. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. So, forgot to video this. So, taking these apart. A lot of people don't know about drum brakes. So, you got this. That's what I was spinning earlier. So, when you spin this, that little tab right there is in this brake shoe, right? So it's stuck in there. Anyway, I backed it all the way out, but when this thing is spun, it pushes out. So it's pushing on the brake shoes. That's what tightens your brake shoe up against your drums. So take it off, obviously. That's stuck in there. That's wedged in the other one. You're just gonna back this thing out all the way. And see, it's gonna, I was going the wrong way for a second. It's gonna get smaller and smaller where it's not putting a lot of pressure on the pads, okay? So boom, it's out. Next, I did this other side already, but I'll do this side. They make a tool for this, but this Deep Impact Garage where we do what we gotta do with what we got. So, push down on the spring. You gotta put a good bit of force on it. Let's see, I don't know if y'all can see from that side. Put a good bit of force down on it, like that, with a flathead. My flathead's a little bit big, but put a lot of force. You're gonna grab that, turn it. Once you turn a little pin, and I'll show y'all here in a minute when I get it out. That little pin right there is turned sideways where it's not allowed to go down, so it keeps the spring tight. So you just got to push the spring down and make a tool that goes on it and does both of them at the same time, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, take that out. Next, now I'm not an expert on these. I just kind of know enough to be dangerous at this point in my life. So now, okay. Next, I mean, at this point, honestly, just take a bunch of springs off. Well, maybe. Oh, let's get this sucker out of the way first. How about that? That right there, by the way, that line right there, that is your parking brake. So let's just get that out. And all these parts, I have new parts for 99% of it, so it's not that big a deal if I break something or something. So took that spring out. Now we got that top side's loose, right? So now we're gonna take these bigger springs off. These are the ones that play heck. And I mean, it is easier if you technically do this on the axle, but we like to make things difficult around here, if you haven't answered. Well, okay, there we are. You can pull this apart. Go ahead and put this take this little wedge thing out, as you see. That just kind of keeps it where it can't go too far closed in. And as you see right here, this brake cable right here, can y'all see that? Yep, so the brake cable comes in here, goes to this little arm right here. This arm is what I just took out that cable that was pulling tension on it. So now we can, man, that arm is broken, ain't it? It's pretty cool right there. I didn't even notice that. That's another big benefit, because I didn't even think about that. I actually had to cut out these other cylinders. These cylinders is what, when you push the brake pedal, fluid goes to them and they push against your pads. I didn't even notice. I had messed up one of these when I had to cut them out because the bolts were seized in them so bad. So I actually really have to do this now that I'm sitting here messing with it. Okay, well, all in good time, I guess. Let's see if I can pop these bad boys out real quick. I don't think that's the right size. It's not right size. That looks pretty close. Yep. That way I can take the whole system out. Yeah, see, one of these bolts I'm taking off right now, and them other ones was completely, and when I say completely, I mean completely seized. I mean bad, like to the point there ain't nothing I can do about it. It's just, it is what it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's the cylinder. So I have new cylinders as well. Good thing actually, because it looks like that one might have been leaking a little bit. But okay, so now you don't have that. Like I said, guys, I'm not an expert on these. I'm just what I tell y'all in early videos, half of mechanicking is learning how things work. So, let's see here. These springs right here are like a Toyga. So, let's see. Well, maybe. Oh man, that thing is in there. There we are. I just remembered a guy told me the best way to take these off is just to prime up them like that and just use the pad, because a lot of times they're bound up so bad you can't get them off. But so we're gonna just pry him off, and bada boom, bada bing, guys, it's off. Now I don't think I have 99% of the parts for this, but I might have to snag. Like I know the springs and stuff like that I have parts for, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what I will need, but I know I have that. I know I have that. I don't think I have that, so I might need that little washer thing. But all right, this side's a little bit easier because I left the cable on and everything, so we can go straight to swapping it. I'm going to knock out the other side. Show y'all the fire real quick. See how she's going. Oh, the handle's hot. She's ripping. She's ripping. Smoke cleared out a little bit in here. It's good for the lungs. And I'll be back, guys. See you in a minute. All right, guys. Finally got them off. Only took about 10 seconds for y'all, but about an hour for me. But got all the backing plates off, all the parts off. Looked them over real good, make sure that they are going to be fine. And I'm so excited. They really are going to be better than these pitted up boogers. It's going to save me a little bit of time. I'm not having to really go hard on them with the wire brush stuff. We'll just throw them on. There's no pitting. Literally, that's the most pitting you see on them is on that side. I am going to measure them and everything to make 100% sure the correct size, but I am pretty certain that they are right. Let's see here. What's it come out to? Looks like about 13 or about 12. Nope, right at 11. Okay. Same one. Right at a foot. Yeah. Right at a foot. Right at a foot. Yeah. Make sure the inside diameter should be the same. About 3. About 3. Yeah, I think we're good. Like I said, it's the same exact housing and tube and everything, so it should be fine. But you know, always best to double check. But I think I'm gonna call it tonight. Pretty tired. We got pretty far. Basically, we're officially disassembled as much as we can possibly be. And next step will be painting these, scrubbing on a little bit, throwing them on, and reassembly. As you saw, they're not that hard to mess with. It's literally just pay attention and be careful. That's the main thing. And they go back the same exact way they go together. It's pretty self-explanatory. The only hard part that I've ever had with these is you have so many holes and stuff that it's easy to get confused on where the springs go. But that's why I also say it's always best to just video everything, or at least when you're disassembling, video it, take pictures, nobody cares. Old timers are always bad to say, like, back in my day, we knew how to do it with our eyes closed. We just did it. But, well, sorry, old timers. We got technology now, and I'm not afraid to use it. Hey, don't mess with me. I will use it. And I know most old timers, if they could have Googled something, or if they could have looked up a video of somebody doing something, they would have done it. And if they say they don't, they're a liar. All right, guys. So, all right. All right, guys. So, what we're going to deal with now is I'm going to clean up these backing plates. And I already cleaned, I'll bring you over here. I already cleaned these up. So I don't have a parts cleaner in it like that yet. Looking to get one, but just haven't bought one yet. So what I did with these is I just knock off some of the loose rust and stuff off of them. As you can see, they're a lot better. Just put them in a little old Gatorade bottle, put some degreaser in it and a little bit of sand in there, and just shook it real good for a while and dumped it out. No big deal. It's not perfect, but it knocked all the loose stuff off, and I might clean up these threads a little bit more to get some of that Loctite off, and then I can throw some Loctite back on it when I put it back on. Majority of this axle, you know, like that, but died. I did the majority of the axle a long time ago, but hey, that's a nice hoodie, man. Come on now. All right, guys. So, it took a minute. Finally, got some good progress. All right, so axles are back in. Gotta love that. That feels like a big achievement. That we're like. We're to things now that's more like you could just do it anywhere. You could do it underneath the truck, but now we're just got to put the brakes back on and the drums. So I'm really happy. Well, we got to put the cover back on, obviously, and put fluid in and everything. But that's beside the point. We've got the bolts in. It's cleaned up real good. Got the nuts on. Went ahead and put the cylinders on just because a little bit easier to do while the plate's off. It took me so long because I actually I put this one on that side and started to put the axle in. I was like, hold up, something don't look right. So it took me a little bit longer, but axle is no more dealing with these gears. I'm tired of it. I feel like I've taken these axles out and put them back in, took them out about 80,000 times. But we are officially, last time we're seeing like that. And we will have to, next video, I will be putting in, there's some motor mounts for the motor, but I got all new hardware. Got new pads, hardware, them are the drums. So it'll be all new inside, which is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to be able to say, if somebody's like, well, what'd you do to the rear end? Did you do anything to the rear end? I'd be like, new seals, new bearings, all new brake components. The only thing that isn't new is the axle themselves and the gears. So, which, I mean, when it comes to metal parts that are something like that, I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to replace them unless I have to. So, but that's probably going to be the end of this video. This is going to be like a kind of a longer one. I got a lot of different videos, but have to do the axle and old blue to put in the one, and that's just how it is. I don't think I'm going to do a video on the brakes, because if y'all want to learn how to put brakes on, YouTube it. It's what you're already here for. Oh, what's that on my eye? Oh, looking like I got beat up. Again, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate everything. I really do. I know we're far between videos, but with life, having a baby, hey, it's hard, okay? It's hard, but I still love doing this. It's good fun. Old Blue is definitely coming along. I get the axle underneath it. It'll be time to put the motor in. I got the motor mounts and everything ready to put it in. It's just, I'm probably going to take it out of the garage. As you can see, I don't think I can lift my cherry picker. I don't know if I talked about this, but my cherry picker, like, this motor's going to sit so far back in the engine bay, because where the motor mounts on the motor than itself is, and I don't want it to tee off real crazy and it be a real weird angle for the motor mounts. I want it to look pretty good and simple. That way, if I've had to take it out a lot, it ain't that big a deal. So, because you never know, I might want to go crazy with this thing years down the road. So, but my cherry picker don't go in deep enough, so I'm probably gonna have to do some type of hoist system. I don't know, y'all leave a comment if you got an idea of an easier way to put this motor in. Because when I tried it earlier, a couple months ago, I mean, I was so far back in there, I was having to like get inside the engine bay and push the motor as hard as I could to the firewall, and then setting it down. And I mean, I was all up on the grill. I mean, I don't have a bumper, I don't have anything, so I really don't know unless I do some type of hoist system, you know, with some 4x4s or something like that, or if somebody's got a better idea. I thought about just biting the bullet and maybe buying something, especially with the pole barn. If I end up getting a lift up there, I'll have some type of hoist system, but for now I don't. So I also thought about, well, I could just go ahead and build a hoist system, even though I ain't got, you know, concrete, nothing like that. I could still build a hoist system, like a, what they call a gentry train, and it lower it down, but it's still kind of a little sketchy. I don't know if I want to do that, but enough talking. Sorry guys, call a little rant there, but I appreciate it, and more to come with Old Blue. If y'all have any more suggestions on something I should check in with, you know, build wise, let me know. I'm trying to do this right, so you know, I have buddies that are already talking junk that I ain't done yet, but I'm like, hey, listen, I'm trying to, you know, do it right. So it's taking a minute. I do have to, if y'all don't mind, leave some comments on what I should do suspension wise, because I've thought about doing bags in the rear, and I'm kind of getting to the point where once the motor gets put in and I start kind of messing with that, I don't want to, because right now I'm in suspension kind of, so I need to figure that out now. So leave a comment if I should do bags, and if so, why? What's your reasoning? Because I'm really leaning more to just some drop shackles or flipping the axle. By that I mean you flip the mounts of the axle, instead of being on the bottom, it's on the top, which lowers the back end. The motor's already going to weigh about another, I'm probably going to have at least another 300-400 pounds, at least I would say, transmission and motor wise. So it's probably going to squat in the front a little bit more already just by that weight. Not to mention I can always, you know, cut a spring out. I don't do the heating up stuff. That's sketchy. Don't do that junk. So it's already going to sit a little lower. The rear is a real problem, because I want it to get down a little bit, especially now that I have the Dodge. This is not going to be a tow rig anymore. I know I talked about that originally with this, but motor's built, or not really built, just top end really. But it was built to be able to haul a little bit, but now I don't really care, so I don't really need it to. So probably gonna do a roll pan in the back. We ain't gonna do a hitch or nothing like that. We ain't gonna be pulling nothing with it. So that's not that big a deal. But just let me know, suspension wise, what do y'all think? And I don't really know. I hadn't ordered anything yet, so I'm just kind of floating around. But guys, appreciate it. And if you don't mind, subscribe, like it up, share it up, tell your friends. You ain't got to share it. I understand that sketchy stuff, sharing it random videos with people, but if you don't mind, share it, or at least tell your friends. I appreciate all the advice and telling me that you like the videos. I really do. And that's it, guys. We'll see y'all later.